Microsoft OneDrive, and somehow I ended up on the War of the Worlds script. I guess I must have downloaded it or something, you all. But let's think about that. Hello. War of the Worlds. Why on earth did they even make something such as that? So look at this, you all, because this is wild. This like struck me just like this. Like, watch this. So in War of the Worlds, in World War I, for the first time ever, nations combined to fight nations using the crude weapons of the day. That's that part. Yes, this is wild. World War II involved every continent. Science provided new tools of war. These reached unparalleled peak in their capacity for destruction. Now, now fraught with terrible weapons of super science, you all. Let me see this right here. If I can, I gotta try to make this bigger because I can't really see it. I'm trying to read it off the screen, which that's not very nice, Gina, because you can't really see it when you're trying to read it off the screen. Yeah, this is wild. Oh, I can make it bigger. It's a touch screen. So World War I, World War II, they reached unparalleled peak in their capacity for destruction. We got this on here. Hello, you all. So now, fraught with the terrible weapons of super science, and we've got the super science here, menacing every creature on Earth, comes. Look at this, you all, comes. Now, this is probably what is coming, or what is already here. You have to manually check my page. Well, there's a lot of people who do, because from the very beginning, when I first started back in 2018 and 2019, it was very common on the Facebook, I don't know, to have 18,000 people viewing at once, sometimes 22,000 when I first started off over there. And then boom, because they would tell me the number who was viewing, and then they thought this information that this woman is sharing is reaching way too many people. We got to cap it. Boom. Same thing happened over here, you all. I was growing way too fast. Way too fast. I was growing, like on the Facebook, 30,000 followers a month. They said, we can't have this. No, we cannot have this type of awakening. That was back in around 2018, 2019. No, they stopped it. So I'm not surprised. So look at this. So we're talking about World War I, World War II. No one would believed human affairs were being closely watched by a greater intelligence. Yet, across the gulf of space on the planet Mars, intellects, vast and unsympathetic, regarded our Earth enviously. You know what? I'm beginning to think there's something about Mars. There's something about the planet Mars. And that book may have a whole lot of truth in it. I've not read it. I might have watched the movie in part years and years and years ago. But I don't remember this part, you all. So look at this. So intellects, vast and unsympathetic, regarded our Earth enviously, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. Now, this sounds like today. It really does. It start off with World War I. Then they go on to World War II, and then super science, now fraught with the terrible weapons of super science. Menacing every creature on Earth, and that's true. Human affairs were being closely watched by a greater intelligence. Yet across the gulf of space on the planet Mars, where Elon Musk wants to go, intellects vast and unsympathetic regarded our Earth enviously, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. Mars is more than 1 million miles from the sun. For centuries, it has been in the last stages of exhaustion. At night, temperatures drop far below zero, even at its equator. The inhabitants of this dying planet looked across space with their instruments, of which we have scarcely dreamed, searching for another world in which they could migrate. They could not go to Pluto, so cold at its atmosphere lies frozen on its surface. They couldn't use Neptune or Uranus, twin worlds in eternal light, both surrounded by an atmosphere of methane gas and ammonia vapor. They considered Saturn attractive with its moon and rings, but its temperature is close to, so many degrees below zero, you all. This is War of the Worlds. Is it actually happening? I didn't even know I downloaded this script. I didn't even know how to get into my Microsoft OneDrive because I didn't like it because it downloaded everything I have and I have to be connected to even get to my photos. But somehow I guess I downloaded this. You all, I think this is real. I really do. Good day, you all. So, but its temperature is close to degrees below zero, and ice lies miles deep on its surface. The nearest world was Jupiter, with giant cliffs of lava and ice, with hydrogen flaming at the tops. The atmosphere is awful, thousands of pounds to the square inch. They couldn't go there, nor to Mercury, the nearest planet to the sun. It has no air, so the temperature at its equator is that of molten lead. You all. Let's see if we can get this, you all. I don't even know what it's going to say. Of all the worlds the life forms on Mars could see and study, only our Earth was green, with vegetation bright with water, and possessed a cloudy atmosphere eloquent of fertility. It did not occur to mankind that a swift fate might be hanging over us, or that the blackness of outer space were being scrutinized. We were being scrutinized by the blackness of outer space till the time we drew close to Mars orbit during a pleasant summer. Is that a fireball or something? Boy, that's big. I wonder where it hit. Probably halfway to Pomona. I'm going to see who's coming. This is Pine Summit. I got smoke, azimuth. I bet it's as big as anything I've ever lit in California. Better get something over there, you all. So this is what happens. Number 3, come in. So they have tankers and stuff like that, you all. So do you think with this War of the Worlds, I feel I can resonate. My spirit resonates with this, that fraught with terrible weapons. No one would have believed that human affairs were being closely watched by a greater intelligence across the gulf of space on the planet Mars. Intellects vast and unsympathetic, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. It's happening, you all. It really is happening. Intellects vast and unsympathetic regarded our Earth enviously, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. So we are being watched, and we know it, and we got some unsympathetic plans that have been drawn against humanity. Very unsympathetic. And this is, I don't know if you have watched the movie. I don't know. But something's going on. It really is. So I don't even know what that book says. I don't. I've never read it, but I can look at these pictures and say, okay, I can envision a War of the Worlds. I really can. Look at all these. They've made so many books. Look, they got World War I on there. Look at these images, you all. So our world is truly at war, but with who? You know, it's not other human beings. Surely we're not at war with other human beings like you and like me. Surely there's something else that's here that truly has envied Earth and wants it for its own completely. There's no telling how long it's been here. There really isn't. Look at this. War of the Worlds, 1895. I think we did a video on this. I really do, because that number, they thought of that up, you all, in 1895. Look at this green. Look at these green fireballs. What have we been seeing in the skies on the FAA webcam, you all? See, they got green fireballs, and they're telling us the fireballs are meteorites. They are. They're telling us the fireballs are meteorites that are coming from the sky, is what they're saying. I took some pictures this morning. I tried to go over to the FAA webcam to get some pictures, and I will show our webcam tonight. I want to go to the FAA. As long as something doesn't happen, I want to get on here and show it. I'm trying to get this. Hold on, you all. Let me put this down here, because the screen is black because I'm trying to get over to my OneDrive, not my OneDrive, my screenshots, and I'm having a tad bit of difficulty using one hand since it doesn't got a mouse to it, y'all. Let me look at this. Okay, let me see this. So so the sky really is like, so this is like Colorado area. So I was trying to see what is happening, because they say the snow. Well, this is Alaska too, but you all, there's strange stuff going on in the skies. And the weather is really weird. I don't know what's up with all this stuff, making this stuff peak out. I have no idea. This is Alaska. This is what I want to show tonight, the Wolf Creek Pass, because there's something going on too with that, with the Wolf Creek Pass. But Mars, with these fireballs. And if you go to the observatories, they got those things falling too from the sky. They do. They got a green trail behind them, a green tail. And we've heard that Martians are green. Okay, these right here, they got green lights coming from their stuff. And they kind of look like, I don't know. What if they can, like, do they like take their legs up inside of them, or did they come from inside the earth, you all? Where did these beings come from? Was it from inside the earth? Is that where they came from? Yes. Oh, let me read this, Captain Trips. Being watched from the timeless worlds of space. I love that sentence. I do. It just resonates greatly. It sounds really good. It just flows easily. So many different types of galactic families. But if you think about it, how that was written, World War I, then World War II, and then whose fingers are that on that world? That looks like some kind of three-fingered being right there, you all. And then you got this. Look at all the different depictions of all the different books. But a lot of them have this. So why do a lot of them have that? Look, the beginning of World War II summary too. So why do they got to have beams of light coming from them? You all think about that. Why beams of light? See, the sky gets green. That looks like a ship. Okay, when we're seeing ships on their sides, let me click into that. When we're seeing what looks, oh, did you see how that looked before it got clicked into? So we could be seeing the sides of flying saucers in the sky. We really could. And the sky is green. It really is. The sky is green, and I've got to get out of that because I have made this thing too big, and I've got to shrink it down. The sky is green, but green seems to be a common Cthulhu. You think World War with Cthulhu could happen too, you all? Did Cthulhu come from Mars? There's something about Mars, there really is, and Mars may not be all that it's cracked up to be. And I don't know why Mr. Musk wants to go to Mars and colonize it. Really, why does he want to go to Mars? And Mars is depicted in a not so good gray. The sky is green. Adrian, honey, where is it green at? Is it green where you're at? Is the sky green when you're at where you're at? Because Mars has antennas. Mars has satellites. Um, who's on Mars? Who lives on Mars? Bad guys. Aliens of Mars. Um, aliens of Mars. They want us at war. But then look at this. If you look at this, they try to make it look all nice. Life on Mars and photos after the alien doors on Mars. Rover's been to the surface, fascinating images, aliens on Mars. We need to ensure the Mars don't have alien germs. Ancient aliens. Did somebody take their, ancient aliens? I can't think. Let me look at this. Cylinders. Have you heard of I've heard of Skinwalker Ranch, and it rubs my spirit the wrong way big time. It does. I will not. I won't go and look at anything from there, and I have no desire to even go there. It literally, it does not vibe with me whatsoever. And I'm sure they got a lot of stuff going on there. I really do. The Mere Talk Skinwalker. Yeah, yeah. But, you know, some people, they may like it. They do. And I'm sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely is one word that these scholars want to remove from the vocabulary. Okay, they want to get rid of that, block it out, because nothing is an absolute. So I'm quite confident that there is something in those skies. There's some kind of paranormal activity. Whether it is good, I guess that would be up to the individual person. If you've been to the Skinwalker Ranch or you're interested in that, it just feels dark to my spirit. Yeah. Oh, you don't watch it? Dogs are great. Yeah, I've heard of it, and I don't even know where it's at. Is it in Arizona or something? The Skinwalker Ranch. Um, yeah. So we're the War of the Worlds. What did we say on that? Um, the War of the Worlds. Let me see if I can get over to my YouTube channel on my laptop, if I can, because I'm sure that we did a video on that too. It's in Utah. Is it really? Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah. The military bases. You all look, I've got two things up. I don't know why they're doing things like this to me. Really, I don't, but they are. So could we how would I even look? Oh, I can't do a search. I really can't. I don't think I can. No, I don't have the option. If I'm not signed in, I can't search my own videos. But as above, so below. Sounds a bit dark. It sounds really dark, you all. It does. That's why I don't know about it. I don't. But this where was I at, you all? Right here. This is where I was at. We're being we're being watched. We're so being watched. So I guess this War of the Worlds, they had Tom Hanks in it. So look at that. So we have, how come we didn't, how come we haven't had much history about these worlds for the first time ever? Nations combined to fight nations. Why did they have to fight each other? Using crude weapons of the day, and they did. And World War II involved every continent. Science provided new tools of war. This reached an unparalleled peak in their capacity for destruction. And now, fraught with the terrible weapons of super science, and we've got them, menacing every creature on Earth comes. No one would believe human affairs were being closely watched by a greater intelligence. Yet across the gulf of space on the planet Mars, intellect vast and unsympathetic regarded our Earth enviously, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. Mars. You are Mars. That's what it is. There is a group of people making starships under the ground in Utah. Okay, what else is under the let's talk about Utah. What else is under the ground in Utah? What else is Utah known for? We know what it's known for. When I went to this one doctor, and he quit his practice, he sent all of his medical records back to Utah. Why Utah, you all? Utah and has the largest database, and you know they do, Utah, database probably in the world. It probably does. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. So I wonder if the aliens are involved with this. Launched in 2012, the Utah Genome Project large-scale sequencing analysis initiative that is discovering signatures of, that's not the only thing they're doing. Current projects focusing on understanding the conditions. So look at that, you all. All of that genetic database, population, genome, Sepeth. And what else is there, you all? What else is there? Is that ancestry.com in Utah? Is that where that's at? It's perfect. You can look for your research. Well, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I mean, it's the perfect guys to gather. Right here, you all. I think it's the biggest library on earth, is it? Right here, everything you could discover about your family, from computers to scanners, information on DNA and hands-on available in this library. I think it is supposed to be the largest in the world, ancestry.com. Is that what it is, you all? Can we look at that? We're supposed to be talking about Mars and the aliens, but they were slowly drawing their plans against us, against Earth. They were. In the War of the Worlds, they had their eye on Earth and they want to take it over. Let's see this. Largest library in the world. In the world. And there's stuff underground. Yeah, there's a whole new world. Let's look at this, you all. Look at this. This is wild. Yeah. See, if you want to come on here and say, call me a moron, I'm just going to look at you. Gina, that M means moron. So I'm just going to look at you and then I'm just going to hide you right away. Just block you just like that. I am. So look at this, you all. So you may never heard of the world's largest. You don't even need to visit the 5-story, 142,000 square foot family history in Salt Lake City, where the church makes copies of its archives, is what that was. Utah, 142,000, the largest in the world. Oh my gosh. Well, now, I know that it said that the leader got golden tablets from an angel. They did. New golden tablets there. I don't know, you all, really don't. This is wild. Yeah, you all hit that. The caves in the Grand Canyon have that also. So let me come back to the War of the Worlds. They've got an epilogue. I don't even know what the epilogue, excuse me, would say. They got an epilogue music that goes to it. It probably sounds pretty creepy. It probably does, you all. I don't like it. I don't like hearing about it. The outbreak. Let me see this, you all. Let me do this. Research the Jennifer, honey. I've been there, done that years and years ago. I have significantly. And I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not. I'm going to leave it be. I really will. Just leave it be. I can't even get into that, you all. So there is a war against humanity, and I really do think it's beings that are not human. They're not human at all. Look at this light that comes down from this. See how it comes straight down? That's how it was coming down on the FAA webcam. Remember, it was like it would go this way and that way, and the sky was green. So could you imagine something like that, picking up people and putting them in cages and stuff? World War Z, an oral history of the zombie world? Has that happened, you all? A global security system, an alternative to war? Oh my gosh, a world beyond war. That just looks really... Would there be like jellyfish in the sky? You all really think about it. Jellyfishes in the sky that really are these beings in these ships. Logistics and stuff like that. Has War of the Worlds been happening? And we're still in it. And the worst is to come with this War of the Worlds. If these beings on Mars truly did make their plans to take over Earth, and they really could, especially if they were technologically advanced, they could take over. And someone said, Gina, don't you know that there is no such thing as outer space? Well, that is one school of thought. There's no such thing as outer space is a school of thought. Another school of thought is there is such thing as outer space and other planets. And another school of thought, Gina, don't you know that the earth is hollow? Gina, don't you know that the earth is flat? Gina, don't you know that the earth is round? Yeah, those are all schools of thoughts. And the hollow earth and an admiral bird going down inside the earth. And then you have Jesus when he was hung on the cross in a barbaric way, like, they did back in the old days. And they fought their horrific wars, and they did horrific things to people, the Romans and stuff like that. How when he hung there on the cross, or he died and he was laying in his tomb, he went inside the earth for 3 days, inside the middle of the earth. He did. So there's something about the inside of the earth, okay? For 3 days, he went inside the earth. So there is some kind of a hollowed part out in the earth, really. There's all kinds of talk about it. There is lots of things that are written down. So there's something more to this world. And we don't got the whole truth. We don't have it. Fire and brimstone. Hell in the center of the earth. And hell may not be what we're taught it is. You got hell, and then you got the lake of fire of burning sulfur. You got that too. And then, there's different schools of thought with that. If you look at some of these movies, like series like Hercules or Xena, they go inside when you die, there's 3 like different levels and stuff. There's so much that has been added in many different ways, so much history written down, fables, myths. You'll find out one day. We will, you all. But in the meantime, I think there is a war of the worlds taking place. I really do. And it's probably been taking place all the while. Look at that big spotlight. It's the same thing that comes down on those FAA webcams. And in Alaska, they saw it coming down from the sky from a spaceship also. And do you think they beam up the people in that light? Well, I had the 3 people or 2 human-like beings and a small extraterrestrial come down in a beam of light. And but if you listen to some stories, it's inside the earth where some bad stuff happened. People in these test tubes, these humans in these stasis, like a liquid and stuff. Something's going on down there too, you all. It's a whole new world in the earth. Yeah, we are in the war. We'll save the world. I hope we save the world. One way or another, save some part of the world that's left, really. I hope it all don't go to pot. I hope it doesn't. See, look at this entity. And what if that thing that we saw in the salt mines of Romania, what if it was like one of these beings right here with its tentacles trying to get the energy? What if it was? You know, this is like apocalyptic world. I don't want to live in an apocalyptic world, but yet some people are living in an apocalyptic world and it ain't got really bad yet. Could you imagine things like this walking around on the earth? Really, they would smash everything. And how would you defeat it? Some people say, oh, there's nothing going to be like this, Gina. It's all going to be good. There's no such thing. You know, we got some technology. They already got some robots and stuff like that. You know what? They have an exhibit coming on to Louisville, Kentucky, Jurassic Park, life-size dinosaurs and stuff like that to Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, they're lifelike and stuff and they can move like it. What if they really did come to life? What if they have got the DNA of these dinosaurs and deep underground, they've created these dinosaurs and brought them back to life and they roam the earth again. They come out of the shaft in the earth, come out from underground and start roaming the earth and things, you all. That I don't like that either. I don't. I don't like it. Really, it's not good, you all. So I probably am going to go. I don't need to be on here talking about the war of the worlds, even though we have had world wars and we've been pitted against one another for some strange unknown reason. And here's the thing. It's not the people that's doing it. It's not the me's and the you's that has a problem with one another. It's the instigators up in high places. High places. It's not the people. It's the people, the ones in charge, these elites of the world. They're the ones who are doing this to the people. They are. And the people don't want it. They don't. If I had my choice, and I do, as long as it is possible, as long as it depends on you, be at peace with everyone. We would like to live in a world where there's peace and no war. We don't want to see a war of the worlds. But you know what? Sometimes war gets forced upon us, and then you're stuck with one option. You got 2 choices. You fight or you get killed. Really, that's what happens at times. We're pitted against one another, whether we like it or not. And if there was aliens like this, I would try my best to fight them. I would, because I know I don't want nothing like this. I don't. I will stand my ground against something like that. I'm not going to sit there and let something like that come against me and do nothing. I know I'd probably be kind of powerless, but I wouldn't give up without a fight if it came down to it. If it's me or that thing, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure I live or the people around me instead of something like that, some type of alien-like entity, some kind of robotic thing like that. That's right, you all. Blast them with the light of God's love. That's right, you all. The love light. That's what we can blast them with, the love light. That's right. You know, it really could work. The love's frequency. They don't like it. They do not like it. Look, 25 cents. 25 cents. Yeah, if it's either you all, let's face it, if it comes down to something like this, you don't want to sit by and not do nothing. Okay, you don't. You want to survive. You don't want to just stand out there. Okay, shoot me, end me up in my misery right now. No, you want to stand up and you want to fight this. if it's going to come down to something like this, really, if it's going to come down to something like that, you want to stand up and protect yourself and your loved ones and your families. That's the truth. You do. Um, because you ain't going to have nobody else doing it for you, because they're going to be trying to fight for their survival also. So let's hope that that does not happen. Could happen. Something like that could. And that does not look like angelic beings right there, you all. It doesn't. That doesn't look like a rapture scenario. If something like this were to happen, that does not look like a rapture scenario. Okay, it does not. That's what I'd like to say. No, not like that. If they're sitting here attacking me and they're attacking you, then I'd say that humanity itself is under attack. Now, you may not have gigantic beings like this. You could even have microbes attacking your body. Little bitty teeny things you can't even see except for under a microscope. You can have stuff like that, but you can have great big, let's call them big microbes right there coming at you. You could have something like that too, you all. You really could. And they got a little like he don't even got a head. Yeah, it's got to look like a tail of a scorpion. Yeah, they supposed to have, if you think about it, look at that. The things that come out of the earth, they have tails of scorpions, is what they have. Tails of scorpions. Hair like women's hair. Is that the thing that they have? Tails of scorpion? The beasts that come out like locusts, stings like locusts and stuff like that? So we got green, and we do got green in the sky. That's what I'd like to say. The War of the Worlds. And we do have green fireballs or meteorites or something coming from the sky, because that's exactly what they look like too, you all, right like that. Why did he choose that? It does. They look just like that coming. When you can see them at the observatories, and people can see them streaking across the sky right here. This is a better picture of the War of the Worlds, right like that. Yeah, Hopi prophecy. That's right. Yeah, we got it. We got something coming. We do. We got something coming. We've had a lot. There's lots of clues out there. Lots of descriptions on what to look for. There really is, you all. And you just want to be aware. You do. And you're going to have to be prepared right there. On the inside of your being. Yeah. The War with the Worlds. The Course Hero. Look, they got a Course Hero. Look at that, firing their big weapons and blowing up stuff. And, you know, this could even be synonymous to, you know, artificially controlled things. You know, there's like, boom, going after you like that. You could have like drones up there doing that, making strikes, take you out. You ever see that Stephen Hawking's? He was doing a documentary before he died. He was warning about the future of artificial intelligence, of drones and super intelligent species like a Skynet or something like that. And it showed this man and a woman enjoying a nice romantic dinner at their home in the mountains. And after they get through eating their dinner, she and him are drinking a glass of wine, and there through their open bay, their great big bay window, there comes a drone, and it fires the thing at his wife and kills her instantly. Took her out just like that while he's standing there. No ifs, ands, or buts. No, wait a minute. No, it literally sought her out and got her. That's what Stephen Hawking was warning about. Did you see that? It was years ago. I remember seeing it. It's embedded in my mind. He was warning about the future, that it could get out of control. Yeah, that's right. There's no second guessing. There's no room for, well, it was a mistake. Nothing. That's right. So yeah, you all, we could have something like this robot. They're not controlled by humans. This is some kind of advanced technology. These machines are advanced technology, and they've been programmed. And I think they're part of a hive mind. These War of the Worlds are part of a hive mentality. They all do whatever they have been programmed to do. A hive mentality, you all. Look at that. So why they got this like this, the War of the Worlds. They got their hands over America and South America right here. Let me do this. The hive mind, the reptiles have no soul. No, they don't got no soul, you all. They don't. So, and it really is true. If you look at this, the skies like that. So we could really be looking in the sky and thinking, okay, well, this is just a long white ship, but maybe we're just seeing the side of a great big flying saucer. But really, the green, these are clues with the War of the Worlds. There's clues in here with it. There is. And okay, now let's look at this. So they got why is green? Because it's Martians. They wanted to embed it in our mind about the Martians. They did. The War of the Worlds. Look at that. Oh my. See, they look like that green from the observatories. Not the observatories. The green from the FAA webcam. It was a green light that came down like this, you all. This is recent. It's really recent. I mean, not this, but the light that we were documenting from the FAA webcam. It's very recent. Let me see more. Let me see more. Extremely recent. There's got to be something to this. There is. We got to figure it out. So we got it in the back of our mind. Green beams of light. And see, you got the green beam right here too. These are all green also. Meteorites are green. And really, in Alaska, not Alaska, in Colorado, when the beam of light is coming down from the sky, you can tell it's coming down from the sky because it's illuminating. It illuminates the forest and the trees below, is what it does. It's coming down from the sky in Colorado, the green beam of light. There's something up there. And I'm not making it up. This was on their webcams, the FAA webcams. There's no making it up. Something strange is going on, you all. Really is. It's really strange. And I know that there is a rush to get stuff done. And what on earth? The War of the Worlds. What is this? The War of the Worlds. Like that. It is beam of lights. I'm trying to see what other types of ships, because you look at did you see how many different depictions, that they've got of these books? Look at it, really. The War of the Worlds. They'll fry you. They'll burn you up there in the sky is what they'll do. And who are these? These are people, they're in riot gear. I guess they are, you all. They're in riot gear. Let me see. Looks like you've reached the end. Okay, well, that's fine. You all, what if that really is true? Looks like you've reached the end. What if they're telling us, looks like you've reached the end, you all? Now comes the War of the Worlds. The battle for Earth. It's like the battle for Middle Earth. Isn't that like in the Lord of the Rings, the battle for whatever Middle Earth, the War of 5 armies, a battle of 5 armies, until the king comes, and he gets to rule for 1,000 years or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I've ran my mouth too much. When I said that, it said 44.00 minutes. I'm done, you all. I'm done. Apple Books, honey, I'm done. I'm gonna be quiet now. I am. So I'm going to go, you all. So yeah, there's something to this War of the Worlds. And what if we are already in it and we don't even realize it? And there's more to come. We know there's more to come. Even if you think about the locusts that come out of the earth, and tails like scorpions, hair like women's, and stuff like that, breastplates of whatever it is, you all. I'm going to go. Something is coming, you all. We got to be aware of it. So with that being said, thank you. And I hope to see you later. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You all. Love you.